Over the past 2 years, I've been issued 3 exclusion orders and countless fines for demonstrating peacefully. I've been fined amounts ranging from 1,000 to 10,000 euros because I helped organize strikes.
Italy's right-wing government has been tightening the country's security laws for years. Most recently, it introduced 14 new criminal offenses. What are the consequences? And are democracy and the right to protest in Italy at risk? We begin our investigation in the northern Italian city of Turin. The former industrial powerhouse is now one of the centers of political protest in Italy. This group is also a familiar presence at demonstrations, the environmental group Extinction Rebellion. Some of them are with Filippo today. He's standing trial. For the 24-year-old, this is part of being an activist.
When we engage in civil disobedience, we know that sooner or later we may end up in court. Bringing our issues to court is also part of the strategy.
In March 2025, Filippo and others climbed an abandoned industrial chimney belonging to an arms manufacturer and painted the slogan, "Life, not war." He's frequently participated in similar actions which to date have resulted in 3 exclusion orders and countless charges and fines.
We wanted to demonstrate directly in front of the centers of power. But in those places, it's impossible to protest legally. So we decided to break that rule and demonstrate there anyway. After all, it's a constitutional right.
The government is increasingly resorting to exclusion orders. These orders were originally introduced as a tool to fight the mafia, but are now being used more and more against political opponents. Those targeted can temporarily be banned from entering certain towns or other locations. The consequences of these bans can be devastating, says constitutional law expert Alessandra Agostino.
If someone is studying in a municipality from which they've been banned, they can no longer continue their studies there. And they can't maintain their friendships and social ties in that area. It's a measure that profoundly affects their life.
In the past, groups like Extinction Rebellion often staged road blockades. That's over now. Under the new security laws, such actions can result in up to 2 years in prison. Filippo and his fellow activists have changed their strategy.
Our methods may change, our circumstances may change, but repression won't stop us.
The expert is adamant that even unpopular protests must be accepted in a democracy.
A democracy must tolerate protest, but that's not all. It must value protest and dissent as part of the democratic order, peacefully expressed, of course, because that is the essence of a democracy.
Under the stricter security laws, direct fines can be imposed instead of court proceedings, up to 10,000 euros. This is exactly what union activist Mahmoud Abutabih is experiencing.
In March 2026, we went on strike for more than 3 days. It resulted in the police filing reports against us. And we also received administrative fines ranging from 1,000 to 10,000 euros for each day of the strike.
Mahmoud still doesn't know how high the fine will be, but the situation weighs heavily on him.
What if they want 10,000 euros for each offence? That would be a total of about 30,000 euros. I couldn't pay that. I just don't have that kind of money.
Financial pressure can force small activist groups to give up. Mahmoud says that under the right-wing government, authorities have become increasingly harsh toward the demonstrators.
We used to have room to talk and negotiate. But nowadays, after just 3 days, the charges and administrative fines start rolling in.
The police see it differently. In Rome, we meet Felice Romano, the General Secretary of Italy's largest police union. He believes that organizers of demonstrations need to be held more accountable.
Ed è la vera sfida di tutte le democrazie moderne.
That's the great challenge facing all modern democracies, ensuring security while also safeguarding freedom. That's why we've proposed tougher administrative penalties for those who organise demonstrations and fail to comply with the guidelines set by the public security authorities.
The latest security decree goes even further. Since February 2026, police can detain people for up to 12 hours before demonstrations, a preventative measure even before a crime has been committed. A senator from the ruling party Fratelli d'Italia, Salvo Salemi, defends the measure.
This is by no means an arrest. No one's going to be arrested because we don't like the look of their face or because they're wearing colourful pants. There must be concrete reasons which are reviewed by a prosecutor. Ultimately, it's the prosecutor who confirms the detention.
Back in Turin, Filippo and his fellow activists are putting up posters. Suddenly, a black car appears. It follows us slowly. It's nothing new for Filippo and his friends.
These aren't the regular plainclothes police. It's a special unit that monitors various political groups in Italy. They're watching us. We know them, and they know us. That's why it's so dangerous. We feel like they're constantly following us.
A few moments later, the police pull us over. A routine check, the officer says.
Could I just see your IDs? This time they were quick. It happens all the time, especially in certain neighbourhoods. We're out in the evening and the police show up and stop us to check our IDs. That's just how it is.
Legal scholars are warning the public of a threat to Italian democracy.
These laws, taken with other developments, point to a regime that's becoming increasingly authoritarian.
But the government's measures have not gone unchallenged. More than 250 experts on constitutional law have called for a review of the security laws, so far without success.